who was baking a pie. Him and his father were scooping, taking turns to get the water out of their home as best they could. He said, we're just trying whatever we can at this point. But despite that, despite 4 hours of laboring trying to get that water out, you know, they just had such a spark about them, as we've talked about with people through Louisiana. And also, we said it earlier, but want to give them another congratulations. They had just gotten engaged. Just got a new home. And so we want to take you to some of that as well when we were speaking with them earlier.
Some serious flooding here on Fillmore Avenue. You could just take a look down and see how deep this water gets. It's rising to my ankles, and then the further down you walk on Fillmore Avenue, it's going to get deeper. This is one of those situations where you don't really know how deep the water is, and you really don't want to chance it. And residents, they are dealing with this major flooding. Just take a look here. You've got a family here who is pushing out water of their home following that storm.
Maybe I should take a turn.
This is Calvin and Becca here, and this is Calvin's father, I believe. Don't hurt yourself, sir.
Right over here.
You see, I did a very, very bad choice. I'm from California. Hopefully to bring some water back there to put out the forest fire. But there is too much to ask for.
Yeah.
Welcome to Louisiana, sir.
Right. Yeah, but we've been bucketing for the last probably now 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
As the water was coming in, we have a dam over here that we had in front of the doorway and sandbags, and water wasn't coming in necessarily through here.
Because the outside keep rising, the water level keep on evading into this, premises. So we are fighting a losing battle in the beginning.
Yeah.
Now we are, getting something done to at least lower the water level in here.
Yeah.
And so, were you guys downstairs when the flooding started? Were you upstairs during the storm?
We were upstairs during the storm, and then I was baking a pie inside, and then just down here, and then had to check on the pie. And as we went down to get the pie, saw water starting to seep in everywhere, and it was seeping in a lot of different places just because the water was coming up, and mostly we saw the water coming out from our toilet and our bathtub, backlogging, which is definitely not a thing that you want to see.
I think Brandon may have a question. Brandon, is there something you want to know?
Oh, no, Winston. Our mics are open. We do have a few questions, but just get through your reporting and we'll debrief on the back end.
Okay. Well, can we walk around the house and just take a look and see what's going on? I mean, this is severe flooding. And, when I walked up to you guys earlier when we checked out this flooding, it seemed that you guys were really taking it well. A lot of residents in the area, they are frustrated with the failure of the pump and the flooding of their homes, but it seems like you guys are really taking it well.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been through Katrina, so it's kind of like, hey, we're all alive. We made it. So this is, yes, frustrating, of course, but also the bathroom. Yeah, we'll show you the bathroom. Yeah, but also,
let's check out that bathroom.
The love is here. The love is here.
Hey, Troy, let's walk over here and check out this bathroom.
Mind your step, of course.
Yeah, that's why we got the rain boots on. You guys have to wear rain boots inside of your home.
All right.
Oh my God.
You can see we have a mark at how high it went with the dry erase marker. We marked it just to keep track, and it went a little
Where
bit
is it?
above. But it went past it about here, and now it's low, thank goodness. But
it's finally going back.
Yeah.
Now your bedrooms, are they on the upper floor, on the second floor?
Oh no, this is where we down here.
Oh my God.
Our bedroom's just around the corner right over here, but
take a look in there.
Unfortunately tonight we will not be sleeping in that bed tonight. So that is
seriously. I mean, you have to sleep upstairs and talk about the recovery after this and the expectation that you have from your sewage and water board and also your your utilities here and for this to happen.
I mean, the hope is that we can recover, that we don't need to change out the cabinets and all of those other things.
Yeah, ultimately, we want to be able to get our life back to normal after such a tragedy of getting water all up in here. I know things could have been worse. Things can always be worse, but also at the same time, the reality of this situation is that we got a lot of water in here, and this is not something that you can necessarily recover after a day. It's going to take some time. We're going to have to go through insurance and go through all the different hoops in order to in order to get things replaced that may have been damaged, also find out where water is, why this water is coming out from our tub and from our toilet, and wondering the future of this home and this
happen
spot.
Again? That's our biggest concern. If we invest in everything to get this back up again, will it happen again?
How long have you lived here?
Just moved in, actually, in April.
Just like within the past
Few months,
Yes.
like in April.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys just bought this home. You just invested in this place, and here we are. A tropical storm comes through. It's flooded.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you feeling on the back end right now? Let's talk about
Defeated, kind of defeated, to be honest. Just kind of like, his dad came in town for the first time to meet my family and see this home for the first time. So we were just showing it off and feeling so at home. And then this happened, just kind of is a bummer, I would say.
First of all, I'm so sorry that happened. I know how. I know it can be frustrating, and a lot of people are dealing with this. And also, I think you guys told me that you were also celebrating an engagement as well.
Yes, we just got engaged. So way to go through the struggles together, right?
Yeah.
It'll be a day you won't forget. But
Very true. Yeah.
But you know, we wish it was on. You know, we wish today went a lot more smoother with your family being here and everything happening. And right now, you guys are just pushing that water out. So, are you guys going to stay here? I guess you guys are going to just stay upstairs. Throughout the morning hours. Do you have friends in the area, other people who can come help?
Oh yeah, tomorrow we've got a bunch of friends, amazing friends coming out that are just going to help us clean up, which is really great.
Okay. We're going to keep walking around the house if that's okay. We're going to keep walking around the house if that's okay. Oh, I almost slipped there.
No problem.
It's a slippery walk.
Snorkel.
Oh, wow. And it seems like you guys are just pushing the water out with the little trash cans that you have.
That's all we have at the moment. We also have we took the pump out of the fountain so that we can pump the water out as much as we can. It goes very, very slowly, but at least water's going out and not coming in that instance. So any other methods that we can engineer to get water out is all we can do at this moment.
All right. Can you walk us around, just kind of like the other rooms in the house?
The water was a lot higher when we first had water coming in. It came in very quickly as well.
And there's cords in the water as well. This seems like a hazard, I would say.
These are hoses. These are garden hoses to pump all of the water out from right here. So the water's coming in and feeding into this fountain that we had to pull out in the middle of the storm, pulling our fountain out of the backyard, dismantling it just so we can get this pump.
Okay. I think the anchors back at the studio have a couple questions. Brandon, Brianna?
Well, we were going to ask about what we thought was a cord down there, and I'm
having
sure a
some
lot
anxiety.
of people were a little concerned about that, but now that we know that is,
they were a little
just part of
concerned about the
drainage.
cords. They thought they were cords.
Yeah. Oh no, there aren't power cords.
Okay.
We know that we shouldn't have power cords in water, so this is just a garden hose, fortunately.
We shouldn't have questioned
Just
Calvin.
making sure. Don't want anyone.
Listen, Calvin's
Getting
a good guy.
electrified?
We shouldn't
Yeah.
have questioned Calvin, Winston. You know, Calvin's got it all going on. Calvin secured an engagement. Calvin baked a pie. Calvin's the man.
They were just congratulating you on baking a pie, your engagement, having your family here. Look at this. And you guys seem to be taking this very well. It seems like your spirits are still high despite this defeating moment following this storm.
Well, I'll say one thing, that I know that there's so much tragedy around the world, and also Becca and I, we first met when we were working we still work in hospitals, working as healthcare clowns. We're performers, and we perform in the hospital to really uplift patients who are in the hospital, as well as the staff. And so she runs an organization here in New Orleans called Prescription Joy. I was running an organization in California called Medical Clown Project, and the two of us just really wanted to come together and just really have our love come out and shine through that work. And because of that, I think that has really helped us put a positive spin on everything that we approach.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are definitely shining through this dark moment. We appreciate you for giving us the time, having a look at this home. Calvin and Becca, they're in the recovery process now, trying to get this water out of their home, and this is going to be a long process, but a process that they're handling well, that they're handling in a very positive manner, and we'll follow up with Calvin and Becca and see how things go.
Love Calvin and Becca.
Mm-hmm. We do.
We love
well, we
them.
didn't, you know, one of the follow-up questions, what type of pie did you bake, Calvin?
I'm so curious, Calvin. So
Is
if you're
there still
watching,
a slice? Maybe y'all were up all night after you got the water out
I'm a fan
because,
of
you know,
apples.
right, exactly. It is apple season. Well,